You're 23, grinding 60 hours a week at a restaurant whose name will never hang above the door in lights. You split a two-bedroom apartment with a guy who snores like the air personally offended him. Every 15th of the month, you wire money home, the same transfer that leaves your account lighter and your chest heavier. Sleep doesn't fix the kind of tired you are. It just pauses it. But tonight your coworker won't take no for an answer. She drags you to a dim bar in Zona Centro. The music is loud, the lights low, the crowd a living thing that pulses around you. You don't want to be here. You go anyway because refusing would require energy you simply don't have left. She's sitting at the corner of the bar like the chaos doesn't touch her. Not scrolling, not waiting, just present. You feel the shift before you see her, the way your body registers a drop in temperature. You say something stupid Spanish, stumbling out of your mouth like loose change. She laughs, not at you, but at the brave, clumsy effort. She teases your accent gently, her eyes sparkling with amusement rather than cruelty. She doesn't leave. "Where are you from?" she asks. You tell her. "Why are you here?" "Money," you answer honestly. She smiles like you just passed a secret test. That's the only honest answer anyone's ever given me. No last names. Just conversation that stretches until the bartender starts stacking chairs and the mop guy gives you the universal time to go. Stare. She writes her number on a napkin with a small heart beside it. You fold it like it's a lottery ticket. The protagonist carefully folds the napkin, his fingers tracing the small heart, a sense of wonder and disbelief on his face. Next day you text. She replies in 4 minutes. 3 dates that first week blur into something neither of you can name. By week 2, you stop counting. She shows up at the restaurant on your break, handing you a coffee that costs more than you make in an hour. You don't calculate the difference. You only notice how she tilts her head when she listens, as if trying to catch the words beneath your words. Her name is Valentina. She reveals herself in careful pieces. 2 brothers, mother gone at 11, boarding school in Switzerland, 4 languages, a car that belongs in magazines. You never ask how. She never volunteers her father's name in public. You notice. You file it away under cultural differences, because the alternative feels like opening a door with no handle on the other side. 3 months in, she takes you to the house. It isn't a house, it's a fortress. High white walls, wrought iron gates, gardens so perfect they require a full staff. Dogs that only wag for her. Men at the entrance who nod once respectful, but their eyes scan you like metal detectors. Her father meets you at the door. Shorter than you expected, calm eyes, handshake that feels like a contract. He calls you Mia within 10 minutes. The dining table seats 20. Only 7 chairs are filled. No one talks business. No one mentions the 3 encrypted phones on the sideboard that ring in perfect rotation. The silence between courses is thick enough to taste. Valentina squeezes your hand under the table. You squeeze back like a man gripping a rope above a canyon. That night, the picture begins to fill itself in. Neighbors cross the street when you walk past. Every single one. An old flip phone appears in her drawer from before. She says, you believe her because doubt is heavier than acceptance. Andres, her brother, picks you up for lunch. 2 black SUVs ghost behind you the entire time. He never checks the mirror. Being followed is simply breathing to him. A man in a perfect suit sits in your restaurant for an hour, ordering nothing, watching you. The next day, your boss tells you the health inspector gave them a perfect score. You never saw any inspector. 6 months later, she says, I love you on an ordinary Tuesday. You're on the couch, some show flickering unwatched. She says it quietly, like a conclusion she's been turning over for weeks. You say it back, and the words taste like truth and terror at the same time, because now you know. You know what the walls are for, you know why people look away, and you stay anyway. Love, it turns out, is the strongest lock. Her father summoned you to his office on a Sunday. Leather, dark wood, a cross on the wall, a portrait of Valentina's mother. Her eyes are the same as hers. No smile this time. Your family now. Family knows everything. Family doesn't leave. 3 sentences, a life sentence. He slides whiskey across the desk. You drink. The burn feels like a signature. He tells you names, routes, numbers, things you can never unknow. When he finishes, he walks around the desk and hugs you. 4 seconds. Protection and threat wrapped in the same arms. You realize they've always been the same thing. The wedding is quiet 30 people, a chapel on the property. Her brothers stand like sentinels. The priest avoids eye contact with everyone except Valentina. She wears white and somehow looks like the only innocent thing left in the world. You say your vows and mean every syllable. That's not the tragedy. The tragedy is that meaning them is exactly what keeps you here. During the first dance, 3 minutes and 40 seconds, you rest your chin on her head and the world disappears. Just a guy slow dancing with the girl he met in a bar. Then you open your eyes, see the armed men by the gate, and remember. The years reshape you gradually. You learn which phones to answer. You learn to read danger and who stands up first when a call comes in. You learn not to ask where Andres goes on Thursdays. You learn that the cleaning crew arriving at 2 a.m. isn't there for dust. You learn to sleep through noise, then worse, you learn to sleep through silence, because silence means someone is watching who doesn't need to announce himself. Your daughter is born. Valentina chooses the name. When the nurse places her in your arms, something inside your chest cracks open, not breaks, opens like a wall finally giving way to light. You make a silent promise to her tiny face. I will carry whatever I have to so you never have to. The next day, her grandfather holds her. A man whose name makes grown men cross the street, cries real tears, cradling her like she's made of spun glass. You watch and think, this is the terrible secret. Monsters love their children too. That's why they're so hard to hate. Valentina sees the weight on your face some nights, the endless calculations of risk and cost. She doesn't ask. She simply moves closer, rests her hand on the back of your neck, and you feel the years she's carried since she was 11. You're not 2 people who fell in love. You're 2 people who recognized the same weight and chose to carry it side by side. One ordinary night, the house is quiet. Your daughter sleeps down the hall. Valentina reads beside you, then closes her book, turns off the lamp, and curls into you. She falls asleep in minutes, breathing like the world is safe. She has always slept like that. You never have. You stare at the ceiling and remember everything. The bad Spanish, the napkin with the tiny heart, the overpriced coffee, the first time she said your name like it belonged to someone important. You remember the exhausted kid you were before her, light and clean. If you could walk back into that bar tonight, same stool, same girl in the corner, you would. You'd say something stupid again. You'd fold that napkin again. Not because it was worth this simple math. This is not math. Some lives don't ask to be chosen, they choose you. And the only thing worse than living inside this one is imagining a world where you never met her. You close the window against the night, turn off the last light, and sleep. Somewhere in some other city, in some other bar, Another tired kid with bad Spanish is about to say something stupid to a girl who won't tell him her last name. He has no idea what's coming, but he'll walk in anyway. And the story will begin again,